Anyways, hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's Alyssa here, and I know every video I come on here and I say, I'm sorry I've been away, it's been a while since I last filmed a video, and it has, and I'm sorry, and I promise I'm going to stop saying that because I feel like that just gets annoying every time I keep on saying it. Anyways, thank you so much for stopping by to my channel and watching this video. Today I've decided to do an everyday makeup look that I typically would wear to work. I typically keep it nice and simple, very natural. I don't really go overboard with my eyeshadow. I don't go overboard with my lipsticks. Some days I'll go in with a bright lip, but today this is typically the look that I've been going for on an everyday basis. It's something that I feel most comfortable in, and in the industry that I work in property management, I keep everything simple so that way I feel comfortable and confident. So yes, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell down below so that way you guys are notified when I come up with new videos. I just want to take a quick moment to thank all of my subscribers who have stuck through me. I know I've been gone for a while and I just want to say thank you. We've lost a couple and we've gained a couple, and it just makes me so happy that you guys are still here, that you guys still want to see what I have to put out there for you guys. Today is going to be a very, very long video because I do have some life updates that I want to let you guys know about. So if you guys want to see how I get this everyday look for work, then keep on watching. And if you guys want to hear the really great news that I have, then keep on watching. Alright, bye! Alright, so like I said in my introduction, this is going to be an everyday makeup look that I typically wear to work. So it's not going to be too crazy. It's just going to be very simple, very light makeup, or light looking makeup. I'm not necessarily sure if this would be considered light because of all the products that I'm putting on my face, but you get the idea. To start off, I'm just going to go ahead and prime my face. Today I'm using the Lancome Le Based Pro Primer, which looks a little bit like this right here. I was in Virginia last month and I had my mom pick this up for me, and I actually love how soft it made my skin feel. So I'm just taking a little bit and I'm applying this primer onto my face. It has that silicone feeling in it, so if that is not your favorite type of primer, I wouldn't necessarily go for this one, but it just makes my face feel so soft. And I might just have to get the full size when I'm done with this travel size one. But yeah, let's go ahead and let me just talk to you guys and inform you about what's happening in my life. Things have been pretty crazy at work and in life in general. Ready today for foundation, I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD foundation, and this is in the color beige. I'm not sure if it's my color, it may be a little bit light for me, but I picked this up and I really wanted to try it because everybody's been talking about it and wanted to try it out. Speaking of craziness at work, I actually want to give you an update about my work and my work life in general. Many of you may not know, but I am in the property management industry, so I lease apartments and everything. And I've been doing that for about 3 years now, since I've moved out here to Colorado, and I've been loving it. We started working with Equity Residential, we went through a sale, Equity bought out of the Denver area, and then now I was working with Pinnacle up until recently, and I just can't believe that I would actually do this. It's just so incredibly crazy and something that's totally not what I would do, but it happened. So I am no longer working with Pinnacle Living. I have since stopped working with Pinnacle Living, and I'm now working at a different property management company, and it's really crazy. It's really crazy. So I've been like I said, I've been a leasing consultant for about 3 years now, and I felt like I needed a change. I needed to do something different. I was getting tired of leasing. I loved meeting new people. I loved, seeing all the different personalities come through the office and all the crazy stuff that happens in the office, that when you go into the whole property management field, you never think that that's something that you can deal with. But I was just getting tired of it. I felt like I was ready for a change. My heart wasn't in leasing. It was more in the admin side of everything. And I didn't want my work to reflect how I was feeling. So then I started to apply for assistant manager positions that would open up, and try to go for a few of them, and it didn't necessarily go my way. I'm going to be trying out this new beauty blender from Eco Tools. It wasn't really going my way, so I was getting a little bit discouraged with how things were going with the company, or with how I was going in the company. So I decided to look elsewhere. So I ended up applying for an assistant manager position at a different company, and it was just extremely crazy how it all turned out, really. I had a phone interview on a Friday, and wasn't really hopeful about it. The person who I was interviewing with clearly told me that they weren't looking for someone to be an assistant manager. They were looking for a leasing consultant, and since I had 3 years, they wanted to reach out to me. So on the interview, I told them I really wasn't looking for a leasing position. I really wanted to go for an assistant manager position. By the way, first impression of this foundation on me, I love how it looks. Anyways, so I told them that, I found my heart more in the admin side of things, and that's where I saw myself. So the person who was interviewing me told me, she would pass along my information to some property managers, and if they were interested in what I had, then they would contact me. But if I didn't hear anything back by Friday of next week, for me to just contact her back and just go over some possibilities about leasing. So I said, okay, not a problem, not a big deal. And basically with that conversation, it led me to believe that, my resume wasn't really going to be passed along. It was just going to be in a pile, and basically I was going to have to call back. And at that point, I had it in my mind that if I didn't get an assistant position, I was just going to stay where I'm at, because, it wasn't meant to be. If I didn't get this position, it wasn't meant for me to leave, and it's meant for me to stay where I'm at. When was it? Was it Friday? No. I had the phone call on a Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, I go back to work and we're having our meetings and everything. And I look over because I see my phone ringing, and I notice that it is a number I didn't recognize. So I'm like, okay, let's see how this goes. So I ended up calling that number back on my free time, and she wanted to interview me. She saw my resume and wanted to interview. At this point, I was completely shocked, completely thrown out of the loop, thrown for a whirlwind, whatever you want to say. I was thrown away. She saw my resume. She wanted to see if I wanted to come in for an interview. So of course, I'm freaking out because this isn't for a leasing position. This is for an assistant manager position, let alone this is for an assistant manager position outside of the company. So I told her, okay. We were talking a little bit, and she told me that she wanted me to come in, and originally she wanted me to come in on a Friday, but I guess our times didn't really work out all that well. But then she was like, you know what, do you have time today? I was like, yeah, I can go in for take a later lunch and go in and have an interview. And she was like, yeah. So literally that same day I got that phone call, I went in for an interview. Was not prepared for the interview whatsoever. Typically when I go into interviews, I like having like these elaborate, really cute outfits. Something that makes me feel good, because it makes me feel confident when I feel good. So I wasn't prepared for the interview whatsoever. I didn't have the outfit I wanted to wear, and it was just crazy. So on my lunch, I took a long lunch, and I went to interview with this property, which is not far from where I'm at currently. Anyway, so she really liked my answers, and you know, I felt that it went well. And I don't know if you're supposed to say this during interviews, but it's something that I said to her. I told her, I thanked her for the opportunity to interview with her, and I let her know that, of course, if I didn't get the position, I wasn't going to be heard about it. So I wanted her to know that if she chose someone over me, I completely understood, because secretly, deep down inside, I wasn't ready to leave my company. I was still very, very scared because of the safety net that my company provided for me. You know, I live with my company at one of their properties, and to leave this company and go somewhere else, I was going to lose my security blanket, and you know, that rent is expensive, by the way. Yeah, so after the interview, she told me that I wouldn't hear back until Friday. She had a couple more candidates that she wanted to interview, and that I would hear back on Friday. So I'm like, okay, that's not bad. I can wait till Friday. And all the while I'm thinking, okay, Alyssa, you're not gonna get this. This isn't meant to be, you know, good A for effort for going out there and trying, but you know, don't get your hopes up high like you did with the other ones. So I go back to work, and you know, so far the only person in the office that knew that I was possibly thinking about leaving was my good friend Jasmine, or not was, is my good friend Jasmine. And so she was like, how did it go? We were texting each other. She's like, how did it go? How did you feel about it? And I let her know what my thoughts were. So anyways, around 3 p.m., so about a couple of hours, maybe 2-3 hours after I interviewed with the property manager, I get a phone call from the number that called me that wanted me to go out for the interview. And so of course I missed the call, so I had to call her back, and she tells me that she really loved me, or she was very impressed with what during the interview, and she wanted to extend an offer to me, but nothing was set in stone because she did have a couple of other candidates that she still had to interview. I was extremely happy about that, totally thrown off by it, because like I said, I wasn't expecting it. And so I'm like, okay. So she told me that hopefully I would get an offer letter by Friday, so that way we could go ahead and proceed with the hiring process. So I'm like, okay. So then that's when it all started to sink in. That's when I was like, this is really happening. They really liked me. They really wanted me. So that made me really happy. I haven't really felt that way about a company in a very long time. And I was really happy that I was able to go with this opportunity, that someone saw something in me that they liked and they believed that I could do something. And it wasn't just in my head. I wasn't the only one thinking, that, you know, I was good. Someone else saw that feature, saw that. So I got really excited, and then that's the moment that I had to think, holy crap, Alyssa, is this what you really want? I am just blown away with how this foundation looks on me, and it hasn't even been, I haven't even set it yet. Feels a little bit tacky, but it looks really nice on my skin. So that's good. At that point, I had to make a decision whether I wanted to accept the position and leave everything that I know, go into the great big world and actually be an adult, or if I was going to decline the position, stay in my safety net, and you know, not really know what would be offered to me. So eventually I sat down with one of my other good friends in the office. Her name is Melissa, and I talked with her and I let her know my thoughts. I asked for her advice, and she gave me her advice, and I basically took that into consideration. And then literally that same day, I sat down with my manager and I let her know that I was offered a really great opportunity and that I wanted to go with that opportunity. So, long story short, fast forward a couple of days, I get the offer letter, turn in my notice, and now it's just sinking in. I'm still in shock, basically. You know, I don't know what to expect from this. I don't know how things are going to pan out, but I'm really hoping that they're going to pan out for the best. And, you know, I'm really excited about this opportunity. What do you guys think? Who else is in property management? Like, who else is like a leasing consultant or a property manager or an assistant manager? Leave it down below. Let me know how you like working in property management. I would definitely love to meet people in that same field as me, just so we kind of both understand what we're going through, what my thought process is here. I don't know what my thought process is. I don't know. I'm just rambling here, but I really wanted to keep you guys updated because you guys have been sticking with me for the long run. You know, you've been here with my ups and downs, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart that you guys are still here. Thank you. And I hope that our family grows. So if you want to recommend this channel to anybody, you know? Yay. All right, I'm just setting my face with this powder, and it says that this powder is supposed to have like a blurring effect, and it's called the No Filter Finishing Powder. This is typically how my face looks when I go to work. I keep everything very simple. I keep everything very natural. So I won't go in with, sometimes I'll wear eyeshadow, sometimes I won't. Recently I've been aiming towards not wearing eyeshadow and just liking that whole like natural, no makeup look, even though I have like tons of makeup on. Alright, that's the big news I wanted to tell everybody. Can't believe I still can't believe that this is actually happening. With that same contour palette, I'm just going to take this bronzing shade right here and I'm going to apply that to my crease. And I'm using a new brush that I just recently got from Morphe. It came in an essential eye kit, and it doesn't have a number on the brush, which I wish it did, but it doesn't. So I'm just going to be using the fluffy blending brush in that palette, and I'm going to apply that in my eyes. Let's see. Also, if you're not in property management, if you are in another field, let me know in the comments down below what you do for a living, you know? It's kind of cool to see what other people do and the other jobs, careers that are out there, you know? I really love this brush. I really love it. I literally got it like 2 days ago. I've been using it ever since, and I love it. I feel like it applies color so much better than my other brushes. What I meant to tell everybody was now that I got my promotion, I will have my weekends back. Yay! So I will actually have set days off. Which help out tremendously, because with having set days off, that means that there's not going to be a question about, you know, when am I going to be off. I'm going to know when I'm off, so that way it helps me a little bit more with getting these videos up. With my bronzer from BH Cosmetics, I've been using this non-stop since I bought it, and I'm going to bronze up my face, just to give it a little bit more dimension back, so my face is not looking completely flat. Other than that, there's really nothing going on in my life other than that. I'm just hoping that I get back into the swing of posting videos for you guys. I really wanted to come on and tell you about the excitement that's going on in my life. Alright, I'm just going to deepen this up a little bit because it's not translating well on camera. not at all. Whenever I do my makeup for work, I keep on skipping around. I would do my face and then my eyes and then, yeah, but now I'm just, I don't know. I'm gonna go back to my eyes. I'm taking this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Black Bean, and I'm going to tight line my upper lash line because I'm not going to be, I don't put false lashes on when I go to work. Some people can, I just can't. Using this pencil on my waterline will actually make my lash line look thicker. I go in with my Essence Get Big Lashes Volume and Curl, and this has been my go-to favorite drugstore mascara. Always manage to get mascara on my face. Oh, that's better. That is better. This mascara that I'm using right here is the Soap and Glory Thick and Fast Super Volume Mascara. I have a gold one that gives length, but I cannot find it for the life of me. Alright, now I'm gonna go back to my face, I know, and I'm going to put a blush on. Now, typically for a blush, I'll go with something that's very, very natural, very neutral color. I won't go in with a bright brush. I won't go in with a bright blush like an orange or a yellow or a pink or anything like that. So typically these two blushes are typically what I use when I do my makeup for work. One is Tarte Exposed, which is this color right here. And then the other one is the Flower Pots in Peach Primrose. So this one is more like a peachy color, and then this one is more like a nude color. So lately I've been wearing the nude color to work, so I'm just going to go ahead and do, there we go. I barely have to dip this brush in the pot, and I think the color payoff is amazing, you know, so. I like starting at the apples of my cheek, and I like blending it back into my hairline. Now, all that's left to do is the lips. Typically for lips, I love to go to work with liquid lipsticks because they're very, very long lasting. Sometimes I'll go into work and wear bullet lipsticks, cream lipsticks, lip glosses, but those don't necessarily last throughout the day. Whenever I go into work, I want something that's going to last long, something that I don't have to touch up constantly. So for that, I like going in with liquid lipsticks. I love to line my lips first and fill them in. So these are the two colors that I typically go for. I go for nude colors, I go for my lips but better colors, you know, something that's not too out there. Sometimes I'll go in, if I'm wearing a really cute pink color, I'll go in with a pink lip, or I'll go in with a red lip, but I don't typically do that all the time. So I love sticking with neutrals. This whole video is about neutrals. I am going to use Rebel Rose to keep in line with this whole like dusty rose color that I'm going for. But you know what? If you're doing this as an everyday makeup look for work, you don't necessarily have to put on lipstick. You can put on chapstick. You can put on a clear gloss, you know? This is just what I like to do. Some people go in with super bold lips. I'm not that person, so I'm not gonna do it. lips are so dry. And yeah. Oh, I need highlighter because I love highlighters. Let me go find my highlighting palette. Alright, so the one highlighting palette that I find myself using on typically an everyday basis, with the exception of when I want to use my Too Faced highlighters, I've been using the Glow Kit from Anastasia and Nicole Guerrero, which is another YouTuber here, and I love these colors. As you can see, the main colors that I really use would be these top row colors. Sometimes I'll use Glow Getter, sometimes not. But today for a highlight, I want to use, I'm going to use Kitty Cat, which is a lovely, like pinkish colored, I don't know. Sometimes I'll go in with Kitty Cat and Daydream and I'll blend that together and put it on my skin. Go ahead and highlight. Look at that. You know that's a good highlight when it shows up on camera. You don't even have to dip hard. I'm gonna blend that out because I don't want it looking like a straight up streak across my face. I'm going to take some of that too. I'm gonna pop that into my brow bone. My brow bone and my inner corner. All right. And that is pretty much my everyday go-to work look. Really nice, really simple, very, you know, it looks very natural, you know. But yeah, I think this look complements me very, very well. I love going into it. It's really quick to do. I know this video has been very, very long, but that's because I was talking through it. On an everyday basis, this literally takes me about 10 to 15 minutes to do. So I normally would just sit down in front of my TV, throw on some Netflix, throw on some music, and just do my makeup on the floor while watching TV. So this definitely something that I like. You know, it's going to be different now. I have to drive to work and not necessarily walk across the street, but you know. But yeah. Alright guys, I will see everybody in my very next video. Bye!